Hey everybody, Honey Bunny here, and today I wanted to take a quick look at this console generation, more specifically at Xbox. I've been a longtime fan and personally I don't feel like they've been given the credit that they deserve. But before we can take a look at where they are now, we have to take a look at where they started, and it's not too pretty. It's May 21st, the highly anticipated follow-up to the Xbox 360 is being revealed, expertly named Xbox One? Microsoft had a really weird way of naming their products, but this one was probably the worst. They explained that it had to do with being an all-in-one gaming system that could do both TV and video games, as if that's what anybody wanted. And honestly, that's where the problems kind of started. They focused a big portion of the reveal on TV, sports, fantasy football, nothing that anyone going to a console reveal was really looking for. At one point, they announced that Steven Spielberg would be making a new Halo TV show, which is only now just entering production 7 years later. And they saved the last 15 minutes to talk about Call of Duty. And I mean, cool seeds of concepts were planted, like the cloud functionality integrated with the game, but they were presented in uninteresting and simplistic ways, like the Drivatar. Oh, and they talked about the Kinect. Boo! You stink! All in all, the reveal made me walk away feeling really confused. As an Xbox fan, I really didn't know what I was about to buy. But hey, E3 was right around the corner, maybe Xbox could redeem themselves, right? Before E3, there was this issue of DRM policies, and I mean, this is just plain terrible. I mean, look at this. Who would think this is okay? Were they high when they made this decision? They had to have been. You had online check-in every 24 hours. You could only let a friend borrow a game for 30 days. Could only share the game with 10 people. I mean, no use games. I didn't like GameStop either, but damn. This was just, no. But once again, E3 was still around the corner. Maybe they could... So for this part, I was thinking about going through and describing the event in depth, but I think I'll just let the clips play for themselves.
We have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message if you don't like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. I mean, seriously.
Excited to announce that Xbox One will launch this November in 21 markets around the world at $499 in the US.
I'm very proud to announce that PlayStation 4 will be available at $399.
For instance, PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers. Guess that's a good thing. When a gamer buys a PS4 disc, they have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game at retail, sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever. In addition, PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play.
It was a train wreck. A whole train wreck. This honestly was the final nail in the coffin for Xbox. They've been beaten and beaten viciously. On June 19th, just 2 weeks after E3, Xbox finally announced that they were taking away the DRM policies. They had received an onslaught of backlash, and honestly, they deserved it. Eventually, it came time for the Xbox to launch, and maybe after all that had happened, Microsoft would have a strong lineup of games. They were average at best. Dead Rising 3 got okay reviews, but wasn't very groundbreaking or unique. And then there was Rise Son of Rome that was a bore fest full of QuickTime events and a lackluster story. It really didn't do anything original. And then there was Crimson Dragon. At this point, Xbox really had a lot of work to do. They really needed that extra push to get them going, but how would they do it? But wait, who is that? Is it really? Phil Spencer? Yeah, that's right. This beautiful, perfectly postured, sexy motherfucker would usher in some of the best damn decisions that Xbox ever made. After Big Daddy Phil took the reins, Xbox finally released a version of the console without the Kinect, lowering the price down from $499 to $399, same as the PS4. Spencer gave hope to the platform when things had been looking pretty grim. Xbox fans were excited, and man did they come out swinging by next E3. They finally had a solid focus on the most important thing, the games. The new lineup of exclusives were looking amazing. The brand new Fable Legends, a new take on the acclaimed Fable franchise that pit player-controlled heroes against player-controlled villains. Or what about Scalebound, the new IP about a blonde boy and his dragon made by Platinum Games? Then there was Ori and the Blind Forest, an artistically beautiful platformer with new mechanics and a captivating story. But honestly, my personal favorite, Halo Master Chief Collection. It was a bundle of Halos 1, 2, 3, and 4. It even came with a Halo TV show to accompany the upcoming Halo 5. While granted the show wasn't that great, it still was something added to the experience. It was also exciting. For the first time, Xbox users finally had something to look forward to. However, the excitement for some of these games was short-lived. Unfortunately, 2 of the most anticipated Xbox One exclusives got cancelled. After a brief beta period, Fable Legends was the first to go in 2016, along with its developer Lionhead Studios. Next was the highly anticipated Scalebound. Unfortunately, even in 2020, there's no indication that either of these games will make a return. It really sucks. This was a really big blow to the lineup, as the titles they already had come out weren't real system sellers. However, that didn't mean that they were necessarily terrible. Sunset Overdrive was a new IP from Insomniac Games that introduced fun movement mechanics and colorful gameplay. Ori and the Blind Forest released to amazing reviews. Halo 5 came out and was very polarizing amongst Halo fans, however it was liked by most players. The Forza series was still being well received amongst racing fans, especially its more colorful counterpart Forza Horizon. On the other end, you have games like Master Chief Collection that launched with massive bugs and glitches that literally made the game unplayable. The highly anticipated Quantum Break released and did everything just okay. It wasn't terrible, it was just average. Xbox wasn't winning in the games department. Their quote-unquote heavy hitters were average or slightly above average at best, and honestly, games have been Xbox's weakest point even to this day. They managed to give themselves a leg up by introducing the new ID at Xbox program that basically opened the gate for indie developers to come and develop on their platform, something that the Xbox really needed. Now next was backwards compatibility. While it did have a slightly rocky start, it quickly became a strong element to the Xbox that couldn't be found over on the PS4. The ability to play not only Xbox 360 games, but original Xbox games as well. Good job, Xbox. They even started making games for Windows 10, trying to bridge the gap between PC and Xbox. So much that now all future Xbox One games are going to be released on PC. Their continued support of elements like crossplay and PC support really helped to make gaming as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. Me included. I had finally made the switch to PC, but still felt like part of the Xbox family. And what is probably Xbox's biggest powerhouse? Game Pass. It's both available for Xbox and PC with a fantastic lineup of AAA titles such as Red Dead 2, Monster Hunter World, and even includes all current and upcoming Xbox One titles. It is just amazing. If you have an Xbox or a PC and you don't have Game Pass, you're dumb. In 2018, Microsoft announced the creation of their own gaming division called Xbox Game Studios. Xbox Game Studios consisted of many different developers, one of them being Obsidian Entertainment, the makers of Fallout New Vegas. It also included different companies like Rare, Ninja Theory, and Mojang. This was a big push in the right direction for them as they were finally showing that they were investing in games for the future. So real quick, I wanted to talk about Xbox's approach to hardware. It sucked. The initial Xbox was not as powerful, it was more expensive, and it was clunky as hell. The thing was huge. However, in 2016, Xbox added the brand new white Xbox One S that was cheaper, smaller, and had full HDR support. They even added a no upfront cost option that allowed customers to pay monthly, and it came with 2 years of Game Pass. More recently, they made a $199 version that's completely digital. This is once again solidifying Xbox's campaign to make gaming as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. After the One S was released came the release of the One X, Xbox's most powerful console ever. It was significantly faster than the original Xbox One with 4K support, and it was $499. For the first time in 2 generations, Xbox finally had the most powerful console. This was important for them. The variety of options didn't just stop at consoles, it extended even to the controllers. In 2015, Xbox released the Elite controller that had completely mappable buttons and interchangeable thumbsticks. For base controllers, Xbox created the Design Lab, where you can customize a controller, put different kinds of colors, you can even put your gamer tag on the controller to show off. And in an attempt to include as many people as possible in gaming, Xbox created an adaptive controller that allowed complete mapping of Xbox controller buttons to whatever devices the user wanted. This was a move to allow those with disabilities to play video games just like everybody else. Xbox did not have a great start by any means. Initially, they had dug an insanely deep hole for themselves, but through time, dedication, and what can only be described as a deep-rooted love for not only their customers but the gaming community, they've seemed to have climbed their way out. They've truly listened to the community and have brought them together through change. Xbox has done a lot for their platform, and while they are still lacking in hard-hitting exclusives, I have a feeling Xbox Game Studios is ready to produce some high-quality content. With the Xbox's new console, the Series X, on the horizon, it feels like Xbox is taking a strong step into the next generation, and I'm truly excited to see what they can do. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that cute shit. Until the next one, it's been your boy, Honey Bunny. Stay sexy, y'all.